A woman never belongs to you. It's just your turn. You lost your edge, she lost attraction for you. That's how it works. What'd you think she was gonna do? Tell you she cheated? Men cannot afford to get complacent in relationships. Get your fat ass off the couch, start lifting weights, and learn game. You're welcome.
And now your man,
Donovan Sharpe.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the 1004th edition of TSR Live. Yes, I know that my camera, my camera thingy is not moving. That is okay. That is okay. I am more than happy to stop the music. Thank you guys all for joining us today. Let me go through some quick announcements before we get started here. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. All right, I've got the timeline up. We are looking good. We are going to be joined by Coach Everett Overton as well as Minister Jap here very, very shortly. 94 of you guys in here, 98 of you guys in here. We are mega streaming live to Facebook, X, Twitter X, YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, and of course on Crystal Clear high-resolution 4K to Sharpe Stream, the one and only independent streaming platform built by the lovely and talented Devin for the TSR family. So however you're watching, wherever you're watching from, thank you for making the Sharpe Reality Live a part of your daily routine. Guys, make sure you follow me all over social media on IG at Donovan Sharpe TSR, on Facebook at Donovan Sharpe, and I think my Twitter is gone, but I never check it anyway, but you guys can still find me on Twitter. If you want to get your hands on my 3 free ebooks, 16 Ways to Immediately Disqualify Her for a Long-Term Relationship, Dead Bedroom, The Cure for a Sexless Relationship, and 14 questions she will ask you on the first date and how to correctly respond, head on over to tsracademy.com, plug in your very best email, and those 3 books packed with rock-solid information are yours absolutely free. Plenty of ways to support the show. You can Super Chat, Cash App, PayPal, or Rumble Rant. Every dollar matters, every dollar counts, and every dollar is appreciated. Okay, let's not waste any time, guys. Let's get right into it. Joining me today are Coach Everett Overton and Minister Jap. Gentlemen, how are we all doing today? Oh, wait a minute. There we go. There we go.
I'm doing good. I have you on mute.
That's all right. Yo, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
Yeah, good, man. Just going down memory lane with Jap there for and Donovan, man. It was funny a couple minutes ago, man.
Yeah, for those of you guys, I'm gonna tell you what, we do need to live stream those back conversations. Listen, Jap and EO just sat here and reminisced for a good 10 minutes about the hoes they used to smash out in Indiana. Like, yo, they were naming the spots they were smashing hoes, the restaurants, the hotels, like different kind of hoes, like set. I mean, it was absolutely crazy. It was a sight to behold.
The crazy part is like Indiana's not like that no more. It don't got a lot of these places are gone. So I know EO is one of them because me and my cousin we used to tear Indiana apart. You know what I'm saying?
As a sleeper, man, right outside Chicago, not too far in Indiana, not no Fort Wayne bullshit, but you know, like right outside Cherville, Maryville. Even EC Hammond, you know, there's some good little spots over
there. We got a comment here that says hashtag Hoosier Hoes. So
yes,
yeah, man. Who's your daddy? I used to say that. Who's your daddy?
Yes. Okay, guys, let's get right into it, man. Steve Harvey. Apparently, he is in denial that his wife is messing around with him. Let me just quickly go through this timeline, and then I'll hand it off to the guy. So, Marjorie Elaine Harvey, when she was 18 years old, she was married to a dude who was named Jim Townsend. Now, Jim was already married, and I want you guys to understand this, and this is something that Jap, you explained very eloquently on your live stream earlier, is Marjorie Harvey. She is a ratchet hood rat who happens to look better than the average ratchet hood rat. This woman is ratchet. She's light-skinned. She's got green eyes. She kind of sort of looked like Vanessa Williams back in the day. She speaks eloquently. She's very well-spoken. Fashion icon. No. This bitch absolutely belongs to the streets. And here's why we know this. Age 18, she married a dude. She got with a dude named Jim Townsend. Now, Jim was already married. So Marjorie claimed not to know that he was married. But guess what? She stopped taking birth control when she found out that Jim was married. So this bitch trapped this nigga with a baby to try to get him to leave his wife for her. She was successful. Here's another part. Jim was a drug dealer. The DEA was watching both him and her. And in the end, it was Jim Townsend who fell on the sword and took the rap for the both of them. Jim ended up doing 26 years in prison and was pardoned by Barack Obama. Steve's first wife actually left him after he quit his job as an insurance salesman to pursue a career in comedy. We'll go over that later. After that relationship that Marjorie was in, she then got into a relationship with her ex-husband's cousin, Darnell Woods, who was also a drug dealer. Now, this particular relationship produced a daughter by the name that we all know as Lori Harvey. Darnell, too, went to prison for drug trafficking as well, and now the rumor mill is flying that William Big Boom Freeman, who, by the way, was also a former pimp, is now running up into Miss Harvey, and word on the street is that she's also banging the chef. Jap, I'm gonna let you lead off here, man. What are your opening thoughts on this absolute disaster of a relationship?
All right, so I understand why Steve, would want a woman like this. This woman is gorgeous,
Yes, she is.
Even in her old age. I'm not going to be no type of hater about it. But like I always said on my show, in the hood, there's always these type of chicks. You know what I'm saying? Like, It's the chick with the exotic look. Mm-hmm. Light skin is exotic to black people in the hood. She's from Memphis. Do you understand? Memphis is like Chicago's second cousin, third cousin, that's Snaggletooth.
Yes.
That's what Memphis is. It's I would blend right in with Memphis because I know how to deal with those people. Right. It's the same fucking thing as Chicago. But this is a hood rat who doesn't look like a hood rat.
Right.
Steve Harvey doesn't want her to be a hood rat. So he's trying to treat her and make her what he wants her to be instead of who she is. He's trying to erase her past. He's trying to protect her past. That's why everybody's getting cease and desist, MDAs, you know what I'm saying? All of this stuff, he's lawyering up. And I showed you the footage today on my show of him trying to jump in front of it and say there's nothing going on. Right. These people are just making rumors. Mm-hmm. He's got to clean that up because his whole image is his whole brand is based on the image of, I'm a family man. And then he oversold this whole thing with him and Marjorie about, them being in love and all this. Mm-hmm. He's been cheating on every woman that he's had. He's got a dark past too because he was married and Marjorie was his side chick.
Right.
So he was on stage and he's getting like breath taken by her and all that.
Oh my God. Yes. What did he say? He said, I was doing a stand-up comedy and I saw Marjorie in the front row and I stopped breathing. Oh my God.
He stopped and then he just stared and everybody's like, what's up with the show? And he's like, I don't know who this woman is, but I'm going to marry her one day. Got with her. Oh, she realized he was broke.
Oh my God.
He was sleeping in a car. She passed on his ass, and now he's doing the same thing as Boyce Watkins. When you on the come up, she turns you down, and now you're just overjoyed that you finally get her in her latter years in life. And I just see him right now basically trying to clean up the messiness of this woman, especially when he adopted the kids and gave everybody his last name so they look like one big family. But I'm gonna let EO take it from there, man. She's always gonna be a hood rat. It's a dangerous thing when you're dealing with the beautiful hood rat. You know what I mean? Because it's in their nature, it's in their heart.
All right, EO, what you got on this, man? What are your initial thoughts?
Yeah, I remember one time I met this woman. She was a lawyer downtown Chicago. She was a black woman, attractive. We linked up. I think we hooked up on a dating app or whatever. I had her come out to me. She came out to me. And we went out and she was acting all professional at first, like very professional, like, like very, just completely just reserved and, eating all, fucking proper and shit. And I just told her, I said, hey, you better lighten up because, I'm doing some fucking tonight. And I told her just like that. I told her, I said, flat out, I looked over at her and I said, hey, you better lighten up a little bit. Is this how you really are? Or, because I'm looking to fuck. And she was just like,
damn.
And after that, she just switched up. She got ghetto. She was like, "Where's the bartender at?" And I took her home and fucked her. I that was it. I took her home and fucked her.
You
But
gave her
at first,
permission. You gave her permission to be who she wanted to be.
yes, and that's why I said, like, hey, I know there's more to you than this, and so one thing I'll tell guys is, I'm going to say this part of my speech at the CME, Donovan
Yes.
Sharpe's CME.
Absolutely.
But you fuck pretty women, but you marry, average looking women.
That's right.
I don't know how many times I need to say this. You don't marry real pretty women, bro.
Dude.
It just doesn't work. You fuck them and you have a good time with them, but then you marry a woman who's at best a 6.
There you go.
Really, honestly, at best
That's
a 6. One other thing I'll say is, she was fucking with him when he had nothing because she likes dudes that are, that those struggle dudes, as you put it before, selling dope, going to jail, convicted felon, whatever, a lot of baby mamas and shit. And so women tend to like guys like that. I said this on my show today, that if you don't cheat, women love cheaters.
Yes.
They don't love faithful men.
No.
As a matter of fact, they don't even respect faithful men. And so if you're not cheating, man, she doesn't. It's crazy shit in the world, but women love a cheating man and a man that has options. And he looks all, he's adorning the bitch. He's pedestalizing the bitch, and she knew it. And so, and that's why, if she's fucking a security guard, he's got a sense of power. You know what I mean? He's younger.
Yep.
He's probably built.
Yep.
And he probably smacked that ass. He probably behind the scenes, he smacked that ass and he started fucking her.
I was saying on my show earlier, I think that if we really start really looking into these guys of Steve Harvey's generation, they have a Cinderella mindset, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They still buy into it.
They still buy into the dream and shit like that. Like, no, in this world that we're in right now, even our grandmothers are twerking on fucking TikTok.
Oh my God. Jesus.
This is a different ball game. You know what I'm saying? These guys think that they can still sing lullabies and shit like that. Steve Harvey is so elated to actually get this bitch. He finally got this bitch. You know what I'm saying? And when, in the condition that he got her in, though, it's raggedy. You didn't get her in her prime.
Nope.
You got her when, these guys are doing time.
Ran through.
You know what I'm saying?
This is one of the most important things, and I know the two of you will agree. This is one of the most important elements when you are vetting a woman. And thanks to social media and just basic detective work, you can find. Listen, you'll never know what a woman's body count is, but you can tell a lot about a woman by the men she chooses. Once is a coincidence, twice is a trend. I'll tell you that right now. Okay, all right, okay, look. So she was 18, she was young and dumb, she hooked up with a dope boy, okay, cool. You were young, you were stupid, you made a mistake. But then you go and you fuck this nigga's cousin, who's also a dope boy, and had another kid. So now you got 2 baby daddies who are both serving prison for drugs, right? And now she's fucking another dude who, and I'm told that he was also the chef and the personal
And the bodyguard.
Yeah, and
he's a former pimp. See,
yes.
she likes edge.
Yes.
When I first
she doesn't. Hold on. She does not like edge. She likes degenerate men, Jap. That's what this comes down to.
Okay.
Hood bitches, dude. Women love criminals. It's crazy. It shouldn't be that way, but it is.
I had when I first started coming on YouTube, it's on my Patreon now.
Okay.
I had a video called Dick in Danger. women like dick in danger. They like dangerous dick. They like the fact that they gotta fight your baby mom to get the dick out of you. They like the fact that you're in and out of prison and then they get prison dick up out of you. They like the fact that you're a criminal and the police could possibly kick the door in. That excites them. They actually like the danger of cheating and being a side chick and actually you sneaking around. The sneakiness of the danger is a turn on all in itself. So dick and danger.
They even like dudes that give them STDs, man.
Oh, dude,
a
real
dude
shit.
Can give him an STD, but if he got good dick and he's dangerous, like you're saying, she'll still fuck the motherfucker.
Here, check this out. Tommy Morrison. No, EO, you are right. Tommy Morrison he died back in 2013 of full-blown AIDS. If you saw and by the way, Tommy Morrison,
a boxer, right?
Former boxer.
Yeah.
He's a star in Rocky V. He contracted like HIV, and And he was one of the hardest hitters, really, in heavyweight history. As a matter of fact, Ed Lattimore, a good friend of mine, actually lost a fight to his kid. That's his only professional loss, was to Tommy Morrison's kid. Anyway, after everyone knew that Tommy Morrison, full-blown AIDS, HIV positive, whatever, he still got girlfriends. There were women still lining up to fuck him. It is unbelievable. And I'll tell you this too. I'm gonna go back to something that EO just said. And I say this all the time. If you want to increase the odds of relationship success, okay, you need to sacrifice in the way of looks. 8s, 9s, and 10s belong to the game, guys. These women, 8s, 9s, and 10s 100 years ago, wife material, right? 8s, 9s, and 10s today, they're either on OnlyFans or they're some sort of a sex worker or they're a sugar baby, whatever the case may be. It shouldn't be this way, but I agree with you 100%, EO. If you want to increase the odds of having a successful relationship with a woman here in 2023, she's going to have to be a 5, possibly even an adjustable 6 at best.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know why guys have a problem with that. You still have fun with the quote baddies. You know, you get that out of your system, but you just don't fall in love with them. You don't give them your heart. You don't give them marriage. You know, you keep that woman at home. That and here's the thing: she could be a 5 or a 6, but if you're in the mood to, you know, hey, go put some, you know, makeup on, as Donovan says, put some heels on, you know, do this, do that. You can adjust her to a 7 behind closed doors.
Oh,
you know, you can make her that 7, 7.5 in the crib.
That's right.
But you know, when she's representing you, you know, we want these a modest woman. You know.
Yeah. I definitely. But the face is the most important thing. You
Faces, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, she got I'm shooting for at least a 7 or better in the face.
Oh, you fucking up there, Jeff. You got to watch out. You got to watch out.
I'm not mature enough.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Yeah, I make bitches have pimples and shit. I make them eat greasy food and I put baby oil on their face when they're sleeping so they wake up with zits. No, I'm bullshit, man. I'm bullshit.
Look, check this out. This is the
I say this about, fat bitch.
Oh my God, Devin, very, very attractive, right? She just turned 47, very, very attractive for a 47-year-old. She's objectively attractive, but Devin is a 6, fresh face out the shower. She's a 6. She's a 7 with makeup. She's an 8 in heels. She's a 9 when she's sucking my dick, and she's a 10 if she pretends to like it. That's the way your woman is supposed to be in the way of looks. Now, Jep, you said earlier on your live stream, and I really want to hammer this point home. He said he got his dream girl, and I'm going to go to both of you with this. How important is it? See, here's the thing. What Steve Harvey did, the one mistake he made is that he let it be known to Marjorie that she was his dream girl. Even if she was his dream girl, if he at least played it cool and acted like he didn't want her or need her, maybe things would have turned out differently. But he told anyone who would listen, Marjorie's my dream girl, the world stops, blah, 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 blah. He finally got her, and surprise, surprise, she's fucking somebody who couldn't care less about her. What are your thoughts on him putting her on a pedestal just because of the way she looks, even though she's got 2 drug dealer baby daddies?
Yeah, he basically put all the leverage on her side. Yes. It's like playing a game of spades, and it's this guy, he's just so giddy. You be like, I know he got both of the big jokers. He throw both of them out. He throw the big jokers out on everybody throwing out hearts. Yes. You got a 2 of hearts. He got a 4 of hearts. He got a 6 of hearts. This motherfucker throwing a big joker.
And he's slamming down too. Slam that shit down.
Yes, sir. Yes,
game
sir.
Just started, motherfucker.
He goes.
He with a team. That's what Steve Harvey did. He played the cards all wrong. You know what I'm saying? He playing his hand all backwards, and he wondered why he's going to end up losing the game. But a woman like this, you got to think about it. Marjorie, what has she ever done in her life besides being a dude of some means and some money's broad? She's never been anything. You never heard anything of her, you know, oh, she bitches don't invent nothing, but, you know, she graduated here. She worked this firm. She has this business. She doesn't do shit. You know what I'm saying? She's just a bad trophy. And, you know, you can't, and that's another thing too. When you got your trophy, you can't walk around with your trophy all goddamn day.
Nope, can't do it.
Keep your trophy in the house, you know. But he want to put his trophy all on the internet, and he reminds me of when Tom Cruise jumped on that couch and was like, "I'm in love." What was that?
Oh,
it was
Jerry Maguire.
Oprah.
Was that Oprah? No, it was on Oprah.
He was on Oprah. Yeah.
He was on Oprah jumping on the couch. you know, who was he with?
It had to be Katie Holmes.
Man, dude was going crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they're together now, but she probably took him to the bank if they not. But, you know, at the end of the day, man, I don't think that it was in his best interest to get with that woman that played him. I mean, she played him. And it wasn't because of, well, she's not attracted to that dude.
No,
but it
she's
wasn't
not.
because he said something wrong, he came off wrong. She didn't even tell him, like, look, I'm not attracted to you. It was solely because, look, you ain't got no paper.
Yep.
And he accepts that shit. So,
well, look, before I go to EO, the thing is this. And I'm not talking about women like Marjorie. Marjorie, she's just a good-looking hood rat. That's literally, she's a basic bitch whose package happens to be, you know, look better than most. But I wouldn't expect a woman, here's the thing. We can't expect women to invest in broke-ass niggas any more than they should expect us to wife up a chick who's on her weight loss journey. A lot of guys like to complain that, well, women just hang around at the finish line and fuck the winners. Well, this is what women do. They are built to survive. Women are not interested in building. They're interested in moving in. That's fine. I accept it. I'm not here to cry about it. But by the same token, these bitches out here need to understand that while we know that they're not going to invest in a dude, like early on when you ain't got shit, we're not going to get with a fat girl on her weight loss journey. It's the same thing. So, EO, what are your thoughts on Steve Harvey pedestalizing Marjorie and how it cost him?
I mean, I just feel like he needs to stop listening to the Isley Brothers or whatever. Like he's listening to some of that old school music, and I think it's costing him. But I was a little surprised that he didn't get that out of his system. You know, you would think, being where he's from, how he came up, that he's fucked enough women to know they ain't shit. You know, like whether they're pretty or not pretty or average, it's all pretty much the same. You know, a woman is not dope until she gets with a dope dude. I'll say that forever.
Damn right.
I don't care what kind of personal accolades or achievements she has. She doesn't secure it. She's still, you know, a fool in my eyes, you know, until she gets under the supervision of a stable, well-structured man.
Hell yeah.
She's not well put together. And so like I can't stress this enough. I mean, you fuck pretty women, you don't marry them.
That's right.
You know, you marry a woman who is on your program, who sees you as better than her, who sees you as superior to her, and she worships you. That's who you marry, and you fuck, you know, the pretty ones, and you just leave them behind. So yeah, the second she knew, like, damn, he's really into my look. She knows it. She's not stupid.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
She knew it, like, damn, I got him hooked on this body. I got him hooked on the face. I got him hooked on my looks. It's not my behavior. It's not my past. He don't even care about my past. He cares about how I look. The second a woman knows that you are honed in on her look, she knows you're a sucker.
That's right.
Just know that right now. So
not only does she know you're a sucker, if she knows you're honed in on her look, she does not see a reason to improve herself in any way. Because if you've already made it clear to a woman that, hey, I'm yours if you want me, in her mind, she doesn't really have to do anything any differently other than keep things up. Jap, what are the gold digger, the word gold digger has been thrown around. Is Marjorie Harvey a gold digger, yes or no, and why?
Oh, she's definitely a gold digger because, like, she's not interested in a dude until she sees the money, not the potential, not anything like that.
Yep.
She sees the money, and she'll almost be predatory in her pursuit of a man's profits. For instance, there's a story about Steve Harvey, and she played a card. She played the shit out of Steve. Like, she played Steve like a fiddle. Steve Harvey was married. He was creeping on the side with Marjorie. Marjorie was so bold, she called the no. Yes, she did call the house a few times and broke up Steve's marriage. When he finally got with Marjorie, Steve still had hoes that was calling his phone. Now, he said he was in the office, and all of a sudden, some chicks called his phone, and he woke up, and Marjorie had her bags packed and was walking out the door. You know what I'm saying? It's all the good bluffs that she did. And he's like, where you going? Where you going? He was like, let me know when you want to get serious or whatever like this. I answered your phone, these bras call. He grabs the phone, breaks the phone.
Oh.
I'll take it back. Please don't leave.
Oh, my God.
And the way she played that, I'm talking about, man, that shit was it was genius, man. She's gamed up because she's from Memphis. Memphis is so close to Chicago, bitches. They are treacherous. You know what I'm saying?
Look, let me make one slight correction. I agree. She had what we call in these parts girl game, but Marjorie's brand of girl game only works on dudes who are simps and don't know any better. Because listen, man, Marjorie looks good, but if I were in Steve Harvey's situation, knowing what I know now, she says, well, you can't have me unless you get rid of them other bitches, I'd have been like, okay, I'll see you when I see you. And that's how that goes. The reason why Marjorie was able to play Steve Harvey is because Steve, believe it or not, and this is the weird thing, I want to go to EO with this. You would think, just like you said, that Steve Harvey has smashed enough bitches to know that these bitches really ain't shit out here. So if we're to believe that he is sexually experienced enough to understand the difference between a woman that you smash and dash on and a woman you commit to, how does a guy like Steve Harvey find himself in this situation when we assume he has the requisite experience to handle women like this?
He led. You know what? The words he said was the simp. The first words he said he looked at this woman, never knew her name or nothing like that. Said, "I'm gonna marry this woman."
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, he never, you know what it is? He never had a woman that looked like that. I mean, he must have fucked some bust down bitches. That's the only way, because he finally had the status and the money to maybe, get selected, because he didn't select her. She selected him so she can run the game on him.
Woo!
And so, and so let me say this to you. This is something I've learned over the years, and I'll pound this home forever.
Okay.
When a woman sees you as that dude in her life and she's a ride or die, she'll never ever go against your program, even if you're married to another woman.
Yes.
All that stuff about I'm going to tell your wife, or you either break it off with her or don't call me. That just means she didn't see him as that dude, because a chick that is a ride or die for you, you could be married for 30 years. She'll still be in the background waiting for you, or she'll just play her position. She'll just accept the fact that you're married to another woman, and she'll take your time and your companionship when she's able to get it. And so just remember that if a girl is accusing, or not accusing, but giving you ultimatums and things of that nature, she really isn't feeling you to the maximum. She might have felt you for a little bit, but not to the maximum. When she's feeling you to the maximum, you don't get ultimatums. She's not cussing you out. She's not disrespecting you. She just plays her position, and that's it. But it does take a very sexually attractive man, at least for that woman, to pull that out of her. But that's the thing with him. He must have never had a real pretty woman, because he was acting very new with her. He was acting new.
Let me ask you this, Jap. Let's just say, and I'm gonna come to EO with this as well. Let's just say that you are a Steve Harvey, right? And you see Marjorie, whatever the hell her surname, her maiden name was, and you see her in the crowd. Now, we can all sit here, and there's a lot, and I like the way Jap put this on his stream. He's like, look, man, she's a good-looking lady, okay? Like, I'm not going to sit here and hate, because what a lot of men in this community do is, if they don't like a woman, they'll say, well, she's not attractive, right? So, for example, Guste Janis, who is a walking false rape accusation, right? But as a man, I can compartmentalize, okay, Guste is very, very attractive. That does not mean I want to smash her. She's attractive, but she belongs to the streets, and she's radioactive. The point is that we can compartmentalize things all we want to, but we know beauty when we see it. So if you, Minister Jap, if you were Steve Harvey and you saw Marjorie in the front row and you knew you wanted her, how would you have approached that situation rather than saying, I'm going to marry you? Because when you tell a girl you want to marry her, all bets are off. And this is why women are, and real quick, this is why women are such in a rush to get down the aisle, because they know that as soon as you put a ring on their finger, the leverage shifts to them. They know that they are no longer required to do what's necessary to maintain the commitment, because they're backed up by the state. So how would you, Jap, or if he were your brother, how would you advise your brother Steve to handle this situation? Hey man, like, I'm about to go on stage, and like this Marjorie chick I've been after, she's here, she's there. What do I do? What would you advise him to do?
I would have cracked jokes on him.
Okay. You know there you go. There it is.
That's the type of person I am. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't have lost my cool. I'd have continued. I wouldn't let her get me off my job. I'm here to entertain the fans. He stopped the show and just kept looking at her. So he probably bombed. Steve Harvey's not funny to me anyway. So I could see him actually bombing at that comedy show, whatever it was, to, you know what I'm saying, to hone in on this woman and say that lame ass shit. But I'd have pulled her to the side, you know, hey man, what you been on, you know, or whatever like that. She probably ran up on me or whatever.
Of course.
You know, at the end of the day, I'd be like, okay, you know, checked her resume, seeing what she been through. Oh, what do you qualify for? You qualify for recreational use.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're going to keep it at, because you're not going to come to me after you turn me down. I'm not going to let her know that shit bothered me. I'm going to see how she want to play it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But you're not going to be able to hit the reset button, you know what I mean, and get a do-over. No. You don't get to pick up where we left off either. No. Fuck all that. I remember that shit. I'm just waiting to see how you want to play it, but I always wanted to hit that shit. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just never going to trust you. You know, okay. I'm going to always look at it like, okay, you know, you played a motherfucker back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you're on the decline. Obviously, it's something up. You know what I'm saying? But I still smash, so we can keep it recreational. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But it's not going to be never going to get serious, because, you know, if you were serious, you could see my vision when I was out here trying to really, you know, when I was on the rise. Don't come fucking with me when I built this shit up as I was supposed to do, when you couldn't see it and you just wanted to move around, and then that shit ain't work. Now I got to pick up the pieces of your broken life, because you coming to Steve with two niggas' kids. You know what I'm saying? You're coming to Steve being a bitch that was in an indictment. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This ain't attractive, man. This ain't some shit you supposed to get on your knee for. This is some shit you put her on her knees. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I would have carried it.
Okay, EO, what would you have advised Steve Harvey to do if he saw a woman like that?
Well, here's the truth, and a lot of guys won't admit this, but I'm seeing this. I saw it way back in the day, but I really didn't acknowledge it. I guess I saw it, but it didn't matter to me. Okay. Men love hoes.
Yes,
they do,
yes,
and they don't want to, but they do. I definitely don't think they want to, but I think they have a fetish for hoes. The more time she's been drilled, the more, you know, fucking hoodlums she's been with, the more attracted they are to it. It's the craziest thing in the world. I think it's some sort of self-punishment at the end of the day. But I think I think that it is a form of self-punishment. I think some guys like to be simps. I think some guys like to be tricks. And they just have to admit that shit. Okay. But there's one thing that I noticed about women that they used to say to me, and this would tell me that she's been around. Okay. When they would say, "Oh, you look like trouble." Oh, you ever had a woman tell you look like trouble?
Oh, yeah.
And that just tells me that she's been with a lot of dudes that cause her trouble. Okay. Woo! And so I knew that. I said, okay, this bitch has been around, you know, or you look like a player, That tells me right then and there that she's been with some dudes that pumped and dumped her ass and played her. And so that I already know how to tread based on what she's telling me. And so, you know, with him pedestalizing the chick in the front row, I mean, I would just walk up to her and say, "Bro, are you new at this shit? Because you're acting green as fuck right now. Like, what's going on here? Like, you just want to give money away? Like, what's going on here? Like, you know, like, hey, that broad up front, that's a broad you take to a hotel and fuck her, and that's it. You know, you don't take her to dinner and all that bullshit."
Steve Harvey is one of the type of dudes that go to the strip club and see that bitch that's just gorgeous. I'm talking about beyond gorgeous.
Yes.
And say to her, "You're too good looking to be a
Oh my God, yes. What is a girl like? What is a girl like you doing in a place like this?
Running game on her.
Oh, I seen like when we was young and used to go to strip clubs, like my cousins and shit like that. They used to say shit like that to the bitches. I'm like, dog, they still hoes. I don't care if she's half black, half motherfucking Colombian, whatever. The bitch is in here butt naked. I just saw a booty hole. You cannot fucking wife her, man. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers be over here like, why are you in here? You just too good to be in here.
Right. He finding her agents and shit. Let me get you an agent and get you in Hollywood. You know, get you an acting role. Like, motherfucker, I just want to make some money. Get out of here.
EO, let me get your opinion on this. Is Marjorie Harvey, is she a gold digger? Yes or no, and why?
I think she's just an opportunist. I mean, you know, it's just, you know, she's just an opportunist. She sees a sucker that pedestalized her. He's got some money. He's got some clout. He's got some, he's got a lifestyle that she can fit right into. Okay. And she probably doesn't need to work hard. She's got her kids, you know. She don't have to overperform for him. She already did that for the guys in the past. She overperformed for them. No, that's the truth. You know, she overperformed for those guys that gave her nothing, and now she can underperform for the guy that has everything. And so, look, I look at it this way. I don't judge women for this, because if I was a fucking real pretty woman, I would be running game on dudes too.
Yeah, of course. No, I'm with you 100%. Here's where I differentiate a gold digger from an opportunist, and I agree. Well, I'll get your opinions on this. I think it's not a crime for women to be opportunists. Men, we're opportunists too. If we see a pretty girl and we want to smash her, we approach her. If a woman sees you driving a nice car, success leaves clues. She can only assume that you might do well. She's going to approach you. However, the difference, I think, between an opportunist and a gold digger is an opportunist brings something to the relationship other than beauty and booty. Gold diggers only bring beauty and booty, right?
That's true.
There are a lot of pretty girls out there who actually have, believe it or not even a lot, but there are some better than average looking girls out there who have some sort of a skill set or some sort of a personality trait that could benefit you as a man. And they're willing to do these things to benefit you as a man. Now, and that to me is an opportunist. To me, a gold digger is someone who offers nothing but beauty and booty. And that's exactly what Marjorie Harvey offered to Steve. Agree or disagree, Jap?
I 100% agree.
Yes,
there you go.
I agree, because she does not benefit Steve's mission
At all.
She's not a contributor. She's not taking what he has to the next level. She just makes him happy. Like, that's why I say treat
just
women.
by existing.
Thank you.
Yeah,
there it is. Thank you.
Treat these bitches like children and dogs. They, you know what I mean? Like, they're just here to be pets and get petted on and be scratching at the door when you come in.
Now let's be clear. These are the basic bitches. These are the girls that only offer beauty and booty. I treat Devin very well, but only because she deserves it. Go ahead.
Now those are the type of situations that, you know, really work. Now, that's a woman with a skill set that helping you build a business and stuff like that. And it's very rare that you could be a teammate with a woman. You know what I'm saying? But in most cases, for most dudes, I mean, at least, you know, you're going to have to do it on your own. You're not going to be able to build with a woman. No, they're going to have their own. In this day and time, they're not going to see your vision until it's already in their fucking face. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to, they got to see it to believe it. You know what I mean? So you can write it down. You can explain it. They don't give a fuck.
There needs to be proof of concept for a woman to invest in you. Go ahead, EO. I'm sorry.
No, there was just one thing, and the proof that she doesn't do anything for him or the program, the system, the union, is that she's cheating with these dudes. Because women will want to cheat, but they'll evaluate the situation and say, "Damn, I put in all this work. I put in blood, sweat, and tears to get him. I had to earn him. Okay, I'm part of this program. I love my life." You know, I know he's selective too. Like, he doesn't have to be with me, but he's with me. Like, women will always want to cheat. So I want to say that to every man. Listen, you can be the hottest guy alive. She'll still want to fuck, you know, the dude on the roof across the street, you know, if he happens to trip or trigger that day. But the investment that she puts into the man and into the program is what causes her not to cheat. But if she does not invest in you or the program, she invested nothing. That's why they can easily cheat. She's going to walk away from it. But the more she invests, the less likely she's going to cheat on you.
Women only value what they are required to work for. And this is exactly what EO just said. This is why most women leave relationships at the drop of a hat, because all they've invested is ass. They've given their ass to everybody. So what makes you any different, right? Okay, well, he leaves his floss in the bathroom. See ya. Like, when we hear about girls dumping guys for the stupidest fucking reasons, like he didn't think the right way on the Barbie movie, you know that she didn't invest anything in that relationship because she was so ready to just up and leave at the first sign of trouble. Again, gentlemen, women only value what they're required to work for. She must, and Jap, you've said this plenty of times, she must have skin in the game. She's got to have skin in the game.
If she doesn't earn it, you know what I'm saying? If she doesn't earn it, she's not going to appreciate it.
No, sir.
If she didn't earn you, she'll never appreciate you. You know what I mean? And dudes don't put these women in a position to earn. If Steve Harvey really had any type of game, Marjorie would be working.
Yes, thank you.
I'd have kept that bitch working. He didn't keep that bitch working. Soon as she said, Finally, you're gonna give me the number? Cool. You know what I'm saying? He ran too. I'm about to go all out. He probably sent the 1,000 roses and all types of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
I would have had her ass ironing new suits.
Real shit.
I would have all the new
She'd
suits.
have been my dry cleaner.
Okay, iron
Yes, sir.
all that shit.
The purple, look, the purple one, the yellow one, and the orange one. Because EO, if she's not working, what's that bitch doing?
She's twerking.
She's fucking twerking,
man. She's fucking
twerking, man. We need that goddamn t-shirt. Let me read these super chats here quickly. Off to a fast start. Ken Rose with the $5 super chat. Appreciate that very, very much. Jay Blaze 11 with a $5 super chat says, "Think Like a Man shows Steve Harvey never learned a thing. He will lie and cater to women till the end." Now, I heard that book was actually plagiarized. That was written by somebody else. Am I wrong?
Yeah, it was written by a lady from Chicago. I forgot her name. I got my laptop.
Okay. Dev, look that up for me. James Wingate with the $2 super chat says, "Just supporting the content I like." Chris Rice with the $20 super chat. He's got a hippo with a rocket, so I appreciate that very, very much. Let me ask you this question, EO, because this to me is yet another in a long line of cautionary tales for men. We talk about vetting women for long-term relationships all the time. In 2023, because we know women aren't going to be honest with us, Everett. We know they're not. So how do we check the Carfax? How do we check the Hofax on women? What are some effective ways? People we can talk to, websites we can go to, Instagram. What are some ways that you can suggest to the guys who are not going to go overseas? Okay, I'm here, I'm dealing with American women. How can I check the Hofax? What's your best strategy for that?
All right. Now, this is what I teach all the time. And this is, guys may not like this, but it's the truth.
Okay.
Like, sex appeal is king. It just is. And so if a woman is sexual, that's why I say don't go with women that aren't complimenting you. Like, I like your body, I like you, I like your shoulders, I like your face, I like your walk, I like your demeanor, I like your style. If she's not really saying that stuff, I wouldn't even deal with her, because if she's not into you sexually, she'll never truly respect you. Okay. Another thing I'll tell guys is that all you got to do is throw out instructions, and if she adjusts to you, that's a good way to vet. So it's never to adjust to what she wants. It's always to that she adjusts to you. And if you suggest things and she said, "Oh, I'd love to," or definitely, let's do that. That is vetting. You're seeing how responsive she is to your instructions. Is she polite? Is she pleasant? Compliance test. So that really, we don't have to overcomplicate it, because women, fucking closets, and they got skeletons in their closet, and they got, trains ran out them in high school and shit. We know that shit happened.
Yeah.
But maybe she got it out of her system, and now she's ready to be. I always say this, every woman's a slut. It's just when she's a slut and who she's a slut for.
That's right.
And what time you got her. Did you get her right? Did you get her where she's been off the slut, rampage for 2 years and it's out of her system? Or is she like a new fresh slut? So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, if she just started slutting, don't try to take her serious. But if she slutted and she's like, okay, that was fun, but there's no future in that, I really need to change my ways a bit, then maybe there's a chance. Like, I'm not for judging that. Like,
no, sure,
women are gonna be sluts,
yes.
And they're just gonna be sluts. But is she a reformed slut, and does she want to be with you? That's the question. Does she really want to be with you? And you'll know that by throwing out instructions and giving her assignments, and how well she acclimates to your program.
Bingo! Wow, I could not have said any better myself. Jeff, what you got?
Here's the thing. I don't mind her having a slut pass. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But you can, and I don't want to be having guys out here trying to having these bitches trying to, let's say, reinvent themselves on your watch because they see the stepdaddy in you and shit like that. No, if she was a slut, that's fine. Just don't come to a new relationship with slut residue.
Yes, sir. Oh, yes. Love it.
If she comes with that residue, then it's no good to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
She could have been a slut before, as long as
what that's like, Jab? That's like somebody starting a new job, but they keep talking about their old job.
Oh, I like that.
Back in my old job, we used to do this and we used to do that. It's like, bitch, take your ass back there. Then you're in a new program now. This is a new
you show up to your new job with your old job uniform on. You know what I'm saying?
And
Yes.
listen, for those of you who would come in, well, I will never ever wife up a slut. That's fine. But you're going to have to understand that if that's your mindset, you have one of three options. You can either go overseas, which is a very good option. You can check out of the dating market altogether, or you can learn to deal with American women the way they are. We are teaching you guys how to deal with American women the way they are. All women have slept around at some point in their lives. Listen, I'm not here to bitch and complain about it. This is the way it is. It shouldn't be like that, but that's how it is. Nobody's sitting here talking about turning a hoe into a housewife. Nobody's endorsing that. But what we are saying is that, yeah, listen, women have changed. You're going to have to understand that the average woman has had far more sexual experience than the average man. Here's how to deal with it, and here's how to safeguard yourself from that.
Donovan, you know what else you got to be careful of?
Too.
You know what you got to be careful of too?
Go ahead,
is that if you go with a bitch that hasn't had a lot of dick, and you marry her or something, or you bring her in your system, you give her a relationship, you know, or you marry her, and she starts talking to women that were married to, but they're going through divorces now, and they're out on the prowl and hitting bars and going to wine bars and shit, and they're getting fucked by new guys. Because she hasn't had a lot of dick, she may want to, you know, explore that curiosity and start fucking. So, so I say this: if she wasn't a hoe before you met her, there's a good chance she'll be a hoe after she leaves you.
And I'll tell you, well, not only that, this is why as a man, this is why you got to coach your woman, right? This happened to my mother. My mother was the virgin bride, but she got around military wives who were cheating on their husbands. Unfortunately for me and my family, she ended up following suit. And I think, EO, you and I, back when we used to do elite level game, your woman is either going to listen to you or she's going to listen to the streets. That's really what it comes down to. And if she's going to listen to the streets, eventually she will be back in the streets. What were you saying before, Jep?
All right. Steve Harvey had a book. And well, he has a book. It's called Think Like a Woman, Think Like a Lady, Act Like a Man. They made a movie off of it, all types of shit. But a lot of people don't know unless you were really in this space and you were, you know, when the red pill wave was really getting heavy. And this was like something I was always studying, like, you know, trying to learn the nature of these bitches and seeing what's going on. Stuff like this used to catch my eye.
Right.
There's a woman in Chicago who was suing him. Her name was Sharon P. Carson.
Okay.
She authored this book, and the title was very similar. It was like, it was like Think Like a Girl, Act Like a Man. He had Think Like a Lady, Act Like a Man.
Right.
And he would only change like a few words and stuff like that. But like I was telling people on my show, Steve Harvey lawyers up all the time to clean up his look and his image. Because what Steve Harvey is trying to sell is a squeaky clean image.
Yes.
He plagiarizes all of this stuff, like, you know, just his talking points and everything like that. And in that whole book, that shit was like, it was like from top to bottom, it was her book. But he ended up having to settle with this lady.
Well, this is why we know Steve Harvey doesn't know how to handle women. This is why we know he doesn't know how to handle women.
He don't got time to sit around here and write no book. But I put the link in the description. In the chat, and it's on blackandmarriedwithkids.com.
Okay.
It says, so I put the link up there. I was reading it last night before I did that sermon today about the Steve Harvey thing. I was like, I got to get all.
You know what that reminds me of, Jap, is the Chicago Bears.
Okay.
Because they used to hire outside consultants to come in every year to like talk to them about football and shit. Yeah. And I'm thinking, like, if you got to hire people from the outside to help guide your draft, guide this process, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. The Bears are notorious for hiring consultants to come in to talk football. And I'm thinking, like, you don't know football by now. You know
like,
what I'm saying?
Are we doing?
It's the same thing, like a guy hiring attorneys and all, different consultants to help him with his situation.
Let me ask you.
You either know what you're doing, you don't know what you're doing.
I mean, not only does he not know what they're doing, women can spot men that they know that he has no idea what he's doing. And Steve Harvey, unfortunately, became a mark for her. I'm going to ask EO this question, then I'll kick it to Jap. Is Marjorie Harvey bad for Steve Harvey's brand? Yes or no, and why?
She's bad for the brand. Yeah, she's bad for the brand.
Mm-hmm. She's bad
because
for the
his brand is all about. Yeah, she's bad for the brand,
but it's still on brand, right? That's
You
a
know,
good,
controversy sells. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like, so they could take this and, you know, he'll probably fucking go to marriage counseling and then write a book about how
Yeah,
she
right.
sucked 2 dicks on the side and they made it work or some shit. You know, you know, like, hey, you know, we worked through her sucking the chef off, and you know, we worked through that, and it was my fault, and you know, I was on the road, and I grew a beard. I should have kept my mustache. You know, some bullshit like that. Like she lost attraction to me because she was into the mustache. You know, and so look, I'll say this: she's bad for the brand, but he knew she wasn't going to be beneficial to the brand, also.
Right. And that's why he lawyers up every time somebody
Yes.
threatens to expose who she used to be. Jap,
Yes.
is Marjorie Harvey good or bad for Steve Harvey's brand, and why?
She's bad for his brand, but he's been cleaning her up since the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
He's cleaning up her past, and like he's really at a real disadvantage because he led with his weakness.
Right.
He led with his weakness. His weakness is her and her looks and the fact that he never got her, you know. So he's overselling her and selling this whole Cinderella romantic story about you know how he got her, and if the truth comes out, it would destroy all of that. So in order to protect all of that, you got to think about how he glamorizes her on his show, how he cries because he got her and shit like that.
Oh my God, yes.
He's got to make this work by any means necessary. So she's going to get a pass for cheating, but eventually you're going to have people like the Tasha K's of the world.
Right.
You're going to have, you know, the Charlemagne, the guys. You're going to have the real journalists. You know what I'm saying? The Minister Japs on your ass trying to figure out what's going on with this simp bullshit that you're doing. You know what I'm saying, with this woman, and it. You know, that's why Steve Harvey actually put a stop to the book that was going to come out and expose it.
Yes, that's right.
The guy in jail wrote 3 books, and Marjorie turned his kids against him. That's why Steve Harvey adopted those kids and gave those kids his last name, not out of love. It was for the image, because he can't have this looking raggedy with this blended family. It sounds and looks better if, it's a blended family, but I love those kids so much, I adopted them and took their name. You know what I'm saying? And he even alienated them from the real fathers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So,
man, I'll never be a slave for money and lose my balls, man. Fuck
hell,
that. You know,
fuck
like,
no.
no,
Ain't nothing worth that to me, man. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Somebody said in the chat that Steve Harvey will find a way to monetize this. I mean, maybe, but I mean, what does it really cost?
Steve Harvey's biggest fear is being broke, not because being broke sucks, because being broke is how he couldn't get Marjorie and how he would lose Marjorie.
Yeah, that's facts.
That is absolutely facts.
Marjorie is his motivation, bro.
Oh my God. Marriage causes divorce with a $1 Rumble rant says women want to be a slut for the best master. He also says $2 Rumble rant says 50-year-long relationships are gone. Guys always need to be prepared to throw her back to the streets. So let me ask Jap this question, because I asked this to EO. How do you advise men to check the hoe facts? Because clearly, we know that Steve. Now, here's the thing. Steve Harvey had the hoe facts. He had all the hoe facts. He just chose to ignore it. We're going to assume that the men watching this are not as stupid and or as desperate as a Steve Harvey. So how do you go about finding out what a woman's past is like? Because we know that women aren't going to be honest with us about their pasts. So how would you advise men who come to you, hey, Jap, you know what? Look, man, I don't want to commit to a woman like Marjorie Harvey. And I know that women are going to put their best face forward, and she's got the light skin and the green eyes. How do I check the hoe facts? What are your thoughts there?
All right, so women who have been married twice, I don't even understand why we even entertaining that.
Man.
This woman is recreational use. There's no magic in no fucking old woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's been married before, you know, she's been married again, and now you want to get on your knees and propose to her. Like, where is the magic? Like, where's the excitement? 3 guys before you have done this already. You know what I'm saying? So, no, that's definitely a no-no, not to take anything serious. But the other women who just out here and they're single, you know what I'm saying? You got to ask them why they're single. They're going to bash guys. You can always tell that's a giveaway. You know what I'm saying? So she's like, no, I'm just dating. That's a bitch that's already out here moving around in the streets. if she knows all of the clubs, if she knows all of the spots,
yes, sir.
just like how me and EO ran down.
Oh, shit.
If she knew the shit we knew, like I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, they know where the spots are. Oh, okay, yeah. I already know what it is.
Thanks a lot. You know what I'm saying? And then you can ask her, so what did your last guy do for a living? You ain't got to ask her how your relationship was.
I like that.
What did your last guy do for a living?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he was a trucker. Sounds like a humble guy getting cheated on. Okay.
Okay.
If he was a promoter, she's a cokehead. They got fucked in the bathroom. Just know that right now.
Yes, of course.
What did your last guy do for a living? He was a lawyer. Okay. Probably had a lot of bitches and shit like that, but you know what I'm saying? She might not be a hoe. She might have just got her ass cheated on because she was trying to be, trying to pursue this guy with this upper level job.
Right.
Okay. Police officer, probably abusive.
Oh, good.
You probably got out of there for abuse. You know what I'm saying? Guys who was in the streets, not to be the guy that she wants to be settled down with, because now she's trying to fix her life that this guy ruined because he's in jail. More likely he's in jail. You know what I'm saying? So I would judge them by the people and the caliber and the character of the men that came before you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. And women talk all day. Ask ended questions. You can't ask a question like, did you ever date a drug dealer? You're leading with the conversation.
That's
just
right.
Like, tell me about your last guy.
Yep, that's it. That's all you got to do.
Okay, sounds like a good guy. I'll say, like, how you fucked that up? He messed it up. You know how bitches talk, you know what I'm saying? But
of course,
you gotta judge them by where they came from. And if she in the house that she came from was dudes, and I'm like, he's not shit, he's a raggedy guy. Or if she say he lost his job, he got fat, he got depressed, and I just had to get out of there. You couldn't stick with him for the long run. When his times was down, you didn't lift him up. So you ain't shit too. Oh, he got sick and he was in the hospital. You didn't stay by his bedside. You're in the motherfucking bar with me. You ain't shit, bitch.
But you know what though? If you don't mind, I want to take that talking point a little far.
Hey, damn, Jab, you getting them all, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Go ahead.
Sometimes we expect women to do shit we would do. But women are evil, bro.
Thank you.
They're evil, man. Like they don't want to sit there and sit by your fucking bed and you over here, you got a cast and shit and you lost your job. Like they're like, get the fuck up. Like that's not exciting. That's boring, and you've lost your edge. And that's just sometimes as men we expect them to kind of do what either our mothers did, and even our mothers were sluts at some point. And it's like or you want them to do what you would do. And women will not do what you would do. They're just not going to do that.
That's the mistake.
That's one thing guys got to understand.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's just one thing guys got to understand. That's why I did a podcast recently where I said, let nothing a woman ever says and does surprise you. And I mean nothing. And what you should always say is if your girl cheated on you, of course she did. She left me for another guy with more money. Well, of course she did.
Right. Of course.
Everything a woman does, you need to train yourself to say, of course she did. Because be surprised by nothing a woman does. Absolutely nothing. And you'll be in better shape mentally if you just know that no matter what she does, I expected her to do that. I expect her to do that. Go ahead.
Today's men make the egregious mistake of projecting onto a woman the way we would treat them. Guys, you need to stand that this doesn't make them bad people. This is just not who women are. Women are survivors, okay? Yeah. And in order to survive, you have to do some things that on the outside looks unscrupulous. Now this does not absolve them for shitty behavior, but what you need to understand is that we as men, we are bountiful, we're generous, we're giving. This is why when men win the lottery, they wife up whatever woman they're with, or they upgrade, or they treat their woman better. When women leave the lottery, they leave their husbands. Women are not men, guys.
Yeah, they're emotionalists, man. They're emotionalists. I mean,
they do not care.
I'll never forget this one time, and this is some advice I would tell guys to do. Okay. If you ever fall at whatever in down times, you get ill, you lose your job, just break up with your girl. You'll probably keep her more interested in you if you
Dude.
just break it off with her.
EO,
I once
oh my
knew
God, you're in my
a
fucking
very
head,
pretty
dude.
girl, in Chicago, and she was sweating this dude. She was like, she was like, right now he's just depressed. He's going through a form of depression. He lost his job. He broke up with me. He doesn't see me anymore, and I just don't understand why. Like, I just want to be there for him. And the reason why she wants to be there for him is because he broke up with her ass.
Right.
Now, if he would have translated to her, basically communicated to her that, right now I lost my job, like, stick with me, like we can do it together. Let's form a union. We're a team. All this bullshit. She probably would have wrote it for a little bit, but if it didn't change within a month, she would already be looking for somebody else. So the best thing you could do, guys, is just, if you fall on hard times, break up with your girl.
Dude, you are 714% correct. I've actually told Devin this, and she ain't trying to hear it. I said, if somebody snaps their fingers and Donovan Sharpe goes away, all my bank accounts are clear, I told her, I am going to dump you because I don't have the right to. Now, here's the thing. Let's just say that everything were to go away, right? Yes, a woman will stick with you. Just understand there is a limit. There is a time limit. There's a time limit. And again, right. And there's got to be a time limit. You can't expect a woman to be with you if you are always struggling, because if she's with you and you're always struggling, then that speaks to her quality or lack thereof of a woman. Yes. But I told Devin, if I were ever, if something major happened, like if I were paralyzed or I were to lose a limb, I told her, I'm going to set you free. I said, because eventually you're gonna run off to somebody else. She might stick around for a while for show. Nope. Let's go ahead and charge it to the game and get you on out of here.
It's like a woman that's having, like, pardon my, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry, Donovan. It's like a woman who's having a lot of problems with her health. Okay. She better either just tell you, like, hey, listen, we could be together. Just go fuck somebody else because I'm going through some shit. Because you're gonna do it anyway. So she might as well just say, listen, I want you to be happy. Like, let me find you a woman to satisfy you sexually while I go, I'm going through treatments and shit like that. Absolutely. Because he's going to cheat on you anyway.
That's right.
That's right. That's exactly right. Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, like, if you fall, you're better off not even to tell her what happened to you. You lost your job. Don't even tell her. If she finds on her own, she doesn't know. Maybe you went and merged to another company. She doesn't need to know. Just break up with her. She'll chase you. Trust me, she'll chase you. Absolutely. And maybe within 6 weeks, you get another job, and it's like it never happened. You just get rid of her ass. Like, just don't tell her that stuff.
Jeff, what you got? Question to everybody. Are women actually capable of being married, and is love unconditional?
No, of course not. Love is definitely conditional.
With that being said, then
our love isn't either. Our love isn't either.
Definitely even be married then, because if hard times come, better or worse, sickness or health, that's bullshit. These motherfuckers are going to jump ship. And the only reason why they get mad is because they get dumped first. Men usually the ones first. So what you said is like, the woman said, oh, I just want to be there for him or whatever like that. That's because she got dumped first. She didn't do the dumping.
That's why she got dumped. That's right.
Yeah, if she did the dumping, she would have confidence in what she said. Look, this motherfucker ain't got his shit together. You know what I'm saying? But
she'd be roasting his ass. She'd be roasting him. Sick motherfucker. He's always sick. He loses his job. She would be roasting him, bro.
Yeah. She just didn't get to do the dumping.
Look, 100%. And here's something else. A man going through, like if a man gets cancer or if he loses a limb or gets paralyzed, that is the equivalent of a woman getting fat. Okay? I'm not going to listen, love Devin to death. If she gets fat, she's fucking gone. She knows it and everybody knows it. But guess what? If I lose all my shit and I don't show the requisite resolve to get it all back, then she's fucking gone. That's just the way it has to be. Unconditional love is the enemy of evolutionary biology, gentlemen. If love were really unconditional, then the best physical genes would be bred out of existence within 3 generations. We talk about how girls love to go after the Chads and the Tyrones. This is the way they're designed. Women are biologically programmed to want to mate with the best looking, tallest, biggest, baddest specimens of the opposite sex. Just like we are biologically designed to do the same thing. So I'm not gonna down a woman for wanting the Chad or the Tyrone, but by the same token, this is what comes with making her work for it. Very, very good super chat by Shaw Rush. I'm gonna read this question. Shaw Russ with a $10 super chat says, I think the biggest point we are all witnessing in this situation is how Marjorie consistently is making Steve pay for her bad decisions. Am I wrong or no? What are your thoughts? Jap, what you got?
This is what I call, I got a video on my Patreon for this. It's called Black Men Are the Janitors of the Dating Game.
Woo! Wow.
They literally sweep and mop up all of the fucking filth and try to clean up this goddamn mess. These children are the residue of her failed relationships and her bad decision making. And this residue is dripping on you, Steve. Woo. So, you know, and he's trying to, like I said, he's trying to right her wrongs. You will never, this is counterproductive. You can't even enjoy this bitch because you're trying to fix this bitch. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and then now her ways in her past is starting to get, the books are starting to get open because of what she's doing now, because that's been in her nature, and that's been in her heart, and something just triggered it. Steve does not turn that woman on.
No,
that's right.
Fucking lifestyle does.
No.
She don't, and her people already said she don't like big lip niggas. Quote on Steve Harvey's a big lip nigga with a motherfucking armpit on his fucking nose, under his nose. He got armpit hair under his nose. You know what I'm saying? So, like, bro, what the hell?
And
is
he
that?
probably stay eating the pussy too.
You
chill.
Noticed.
Any dude that eats the pussy all the time, though, you lose a woman's respect all the time. Yeah, you can't do that shit.
Look, every once in a while is all right, but dude, all the time, that's not.
Full moon.
Oh God.
Goddamn eclipse.
Marriage causes divorce with the $2 Rumble rant says women are ruthless. They have no limits. They will even be self-destructive. Yes, women are on autopilot to be self-destructive. Marriage causes divorce also with a $2 Rumble rant says love is a value exchange. She gets sex, she gets resources. It's how we've evolved over millions of years. I totally agree with that. Here's the problem. Women think that it is a value-loaded exchange. Women constantly overestimate the value of their vagina because of all the thirst they get from ain't shit dudes and then expect you to bend the knee in the same way. Well, unfortunately for Steve and fortunately for Marjorie, she found that sucker. Okay. We're gonna end it on this here, guys. We always talk about the fact that we got a lot of guys in this community just look good, be rich, If he has money, then that's all that's all a man needs is money. This is clearly not the case. Jap, talk to these niggas out here. Talk to the niggas out here who all it takes is money. Let them know.
Money is not enough. You have got to have game. You cannot buy your way into this situation because you end up having to buy your way out of this situation.
Damn.
You know there are plenty of rich idiots who were motivated by ejaculation. Eddie Curry is one of them. His net worth was $60 million. It's down to like $400,000, and he's got kids all over Chicago because he could not control his motherfucking desires for these broads. You have got to understand how you deal with women is going to determine how long you're going to remain successful. It's not going to determine whether or not you're going to be successful, because once you get successful, you'll fuck it all up under the wrong woman, doing the wrong things, trying to do the right things for the wrong woman. You know what I'm saying? So you have got to learn how to deal with women. Get this game, man. That's gonna save you, man.
All right.
All right. So I'm gonna say this, man. If a woman isn't looking at you, and this is the truth, because this is the trump card. If a woman's not looking at you and tingling down below, you better have some surprisingly good dick game.
You better.
Because there are dudes that surprise a bitch. Like, she's not that attracted to you, but she lets you hit it and you fuck the shit out of her. I knew one time a guy named Brad. He was a heavy set construction worker.
Okay.
And he was he was in a relationship with this, very attractive woman. And one time I overheard her talking to this girl I was seeing, and she was like, what do you see in Brad? Like, he's a drunk. He passes out on the couch. He's not really attractive. He loses jobs and shit. Like she was basically saying, like, when are you going to get rid of Brad? And I swear to God, she said, he fucks me good.
There it is. And
so I'm telling you right now, if you want to put a bitch in check, it's got to be she's sexually. Your money don't make her wet. Your money
Mm-mm.
just makes her think of shit she wants to buy.
That's it.
It just, she just wants to make her friends jealous with your money. That's
There
it.
it is.
So that's all she wants to do is make people feel bad that that they don't have a husband with money like you. But it's not about the husband; it's about what he has.
That's right.
And so I'll say this: if you're not sexually attractive and she don't look at you and she doesn't get like butterflies in her stomach, she doesn't get nervous around you, then you better surprise her when you finally do get to hit it with some good ass dick game. If you don't do those two, you're fucked.
Listen, and if you're lacking in the dick game, if whatever you're deficient in, height, dick game, whatever the case may be, you've got to look. A man who is an A+ at one thing, doesn't matter what it is, will fuck hotter women than a man who's a B- at everything. Whether your A+ is your dick game, your height, your looks, whatever the case may be, you have to excel in one area. Fear to none with the $4 super chat, and apparently it's a little blob with a with a coffee cup or something like that. All right, let's go around the panel and give our last thoughts on the situation as a whole. Jap, lead us off, man.
Man, fellas, make sure you just don't lay it all out on the table for these women, and make sure that you're not make sure you don't love these women or like these women more than they like you.
Yes, thank you.
Maintain your leverage, because when you don't have leverage, you know what I'm saying, you're going to end up being like Steve Harvey, trying to overdo it for a woman who is really not that deserving of it. And the people that she would normally pick that she's really attracted to, she would do over and beyond for those dudes. And, you end up being a sucker at the end, and this tricking thing. Be careful with that shit, man. Like I tell you, because these women do size guys up, man. A lot of these women see the stepdaddy in you, see the stability in you, and they butter you up. We got the soft girl movement out here. We got a lot of these women out here.
What girl movement? Whoa, what's that? What's soft girl? What is that?
Oh, that's when women go along to get along. They're playing like they're feminine. They're playing like, honey. They're talking. I did a video on it. I'm pretty sure you're gonna look on TikTok. It's called it's called soft girling.
Okay.
It's soft girl season. So what they're doing is they're pretending to be these feminine women that we want, but they have an agenda. The agenda is
they've been doing that. That's just a new name. That's that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's. I mean, that's,
so
that's
they're pushing it now. So like
we call that chameleon.
Yeah, that's right.
All stitches. We gonna break these things now.
They got soft girl coaches. They got
girl coaches. Yeah, they're doing this shit. So you got to watch that. And my blue collar guys, my truck drivers and shit like that, you guys, it's your turn right now. These women are going to be chasing all of you hardworking blue collar men right now, because COVID showed them that their degrees and everything that they were doing is worthless to society. And we really didn't need you, but we overpaid you for a lot of your bullshit. You are the essential workers of the world. You maintain money. And right now, most of these chicks are broke, and they're going to be extra nice to a guy with some boots and a hard hat. So watch your back.
Before EO goes, let me point this out here quickly. There should never have to be soft girl coaches. Do you want to know why? You walk into a strip club. Do you think anybody needs to teach them how to be feminine? Nope. Women know how to be feminine because sex workers, OnlyFans girls, strippers, mattress actresses, they know exactly how to be feminine, especially when their livelihood depends upon it. So soft girl coaches, that's another hustle as far as I'm concerned. Women know how to be feminine. If you want, listen, you want a girl to figure out femininity, make her a stripper. She'll figure that shit out real quick. EO, I'll give you the last word, man.
Okay, so I would tell guys this. Start approaching the baddest women that you see out here in these bars and stuff,
yes,
the most beautiful women, and just talk to them, because you'd be surprised. You might be able to fuck.
You know it.
And the more women that you fuck that are attractive, the more desensitized you become to beautiful women. A lot of this new shit that you're just marrying chicks right away is because you never really had a pretty woman, and that's the truth. That's why some guys actually, not that I promote this because I really don't, but I understand it. A lot of guys actually hire really beautiful women to fulfill that urge of wanting to be with a beautiful woman, whether it's real or not, but at least you've experienced it. So then when you go out here into the game and you talk to some of these, regular looking bitches, you're like, yo, I already fucked a baddie. Like, I'm good. What can you do for me?
Thank you.
So your mindset will shift up a little bit, but I will tell guys this, like, You can go for the homely chick later, but when you're when you're
Thank you.
young, go after that real sexy woman to you and try to get at her and make it happen. Get it out of your system, get desensitized to it. That way, when you finally
There you
do
go.
come up in your life and you're making money, you've been there, done that. Now I'm looking for valuable women.
That is, dude, that is probably that's the soliloquy of the episode, guys. Fuck as many, if you can, fuck as many beautiful women as you possibly can. Whether you have to hire them, run game, it doesn't matter, because whether or not there's genuine desire on her part doesn't matter. You fuck enough hot women, at some point you will become numb to a degree to their beauty. And a man who is numb to female beauty is a powerful, powerful man.
Yes.
I guess my final thoughts on this is that, this is why, and everybody laughs at Myron when he says, hey, man, look, before you involve yourself in a relationship, a guy's got to have a 50 lay count. I agree with him 100%. My rule is 35-35. Before a man even thinks about getting into a relationship with a woman, you need to be at least 35 years old, and you need to have fucked at least 35 women. That will give you the requisite experience. We all know what we want in women. We all know the right woman when we see them. We don't know the wrong woman when we see her. Nobody has to tell us what to look for in a woman. We're here to tell you, look, here are the signs that she belongs to the streets. Steve Harvey clearly did not have this education, and this just goes to show, just because you have money does not mean you get pussy like that. Because if Steve Harvey really got pussy like that, he would not have been bamboozled by this basic bitch.
Hey,
That's facts.
That's just all there is to it. Gentlemen, thank you guys for joining me. Jap, tell the people where they can find you, man.
you can find me at ministerjap.com, Minister Jap Network on YouTube. Make sure y'all go subscribe to the channel. Minister Jap Church on Instagram. My new channel is the Pervert Police Network, where we talk about sex crimes in America.
Oh boy,
you guys got to go
YouTube
over
too.
to that channel. It gets graphic. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Just any type of Minister Jap, man. I'm everywhere, man. And go over to the Patreon, man.
Very good. And Minister Jap is also a confirmed speaker at the CME.
No.
EO, tell the people where they can find you, man.
Yeah, man. Good conversation. It's always good
Yeah,
to
of
unite
course.
with you fellas, man. We keep it real over here.
Yes, sir.
And so, man, come over to my side, Everett Overton. I got a Killing the Simp series that's really popular. Right now, I got a brand new series called Let Go with EO. This is where you kind of like let go of the weaknesses in you. I expose them, and so bring it to your attention so you can kind of identify it and work through it and get rid of it. Also, I will be speaking at Donovan's very special event. I'm honored to do so. And so also I'm a fragrance brand as well. I sell men's fragrances.
Yes.
So evertoncollection.com. I have brand new fall fragrances coming out too, which are more like a luxury line. So it's going to be, different packaging, fantastic scent coming out. But we're getting into that realm too, the fragrance brand. So yeah.
Yes, and Coach Everett Overton is the keynote speaker at the Conference of Masculine Excellence. I actually tapped him. I tapped him about a year and a half ago. I knew that I wanted him to be the keynote speaker for one of my events, and I'm honored, definitely honored that he has agreed to be the keynote there at the CME. Gentlemen, thank you guys very much for joining me, and we will talk soon.
Much love.
All right, appreciate it. That is Coach Everett Overton as well as Minister Jap, guys. Listen, man, this is why. Look, this is the way we do it over here. This is the way we do it over here. We keep it all the way real. That's just how it is, man. I thought that was a very good conversation. Again, this just goes to show, man, that even if you have money, that does not mean a goddamn thing. It does not mean a goddamn thing. Shout out to Devin, who says you don't have to be pretty to be hot. That is absolutely correct. You know what? Hang on a second. Let's do this. I'm gonna do this manually here. Let's see if I can pull this off manually. Bubba Wallace. Very good. Very good. All right. Excellent. Let me see if there are any other super chats. Marriage causes divorce. Dropping serious knowledge. I appreciate you with the Rumble rants over on the Rumble side. Definitely subscribe to Minister Jap. Subscribe to Coach EO. It's interesting when we get together and talk. I think when I do these panel shows, I think that is a very good example of us being greater than the sum of our parts. We're all very good at what we do, but when we all unite and do these kinds of shows, man, really, really good information gets put out there. So I'm I'm happy to be associated with those guys. We're going to bring you more of these here in the not too distant future. That is going to do it for the 1004th episode of TSR Live. My thanks to my Rumble Rant, my Super Chatters, my members, and my patrons. Thank you guys very much for tuning in.